Welcome. Kicking off our festivities today is Dr. Elena Gerstmann, the Executive Director of Informs. Before joining Informs, Elena served as a leader on key client projects for Avenue M Group. She previously served on the executive team at the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. Before being recruited to ASME, Elena was an executive with IEEE, the world's largest professional association for the advancement of technology. She holds a PhD in social psychology from Rutgers University. Elena will lead Informs, its board, members, and staff through the development and implementation of a new strategic planning process, ensuring that Informs outcome continues to meet evolving needs of operations research, analytics, and other data science professionals. Please welcome Dr. Elena Gerstrom.
Thank you, Mary. And to everyone, welcome to the 2020 Edelman Award Ceremony. I am so excited to be with you today and to have joined this great organization during its 25th anniversary. It is wonderful to see so many Informs members gathered here, celebrating the best in analytics and operations research. I truly value the contributions that all of you make, from helping companies run more efficiently, to helping policymakers govern better, to making healthcare systems and delivery more efficient and effective, and of course, to solving some of society's grand challenges. Each of you plays a critical role in our shared goals of saving lives, saving money, and solving problems. Our award ceremony this afternoon will brightly demonstrate how operations research and analytics make the world a better place. The hosts for today's events are Drs. Grace Lin and Peter Bell. Grace Lin is Vice President, Director of Big Data Research Center, and Chair Professor in the Department of Business Administration at Asia University in Taichung, Taiwan. Peter Bell is Emeritus Professor at Ivy Business School at Western University. Both were elected as Informs Fellows in 2006 and have been involved with the Edelman Award as selection committee members and judges. Dr. Bell also served as chair of the Edelman Prize competition and is currently the chair of the Edelman Gala Committee. Dr. Lin herself won the Edelman Prize in 1999 when she was at IBM for their project, Extended Enterprise Supply Chain Management at IBM Personal Systems Group and other divisions. Both Grace and Peter have provided exemplary and consistent service to Informs over many years, and we are just so happy to have them with us here today as our hosts. So please welcome our hosts for today's award ceremony, Grace Lin and Peter Bell.
Grace, you're muted. Hold on one second. Here you go. You're all set.
Great. Thank you, Elena. Welcome, Informs members and distinguished guests to the Edelman Gala Award Ceremony. This is the event where we preach what we practice. It is a great honor to be one of your hosts as we showcase achievement in the practice of operations research and advanced analytics.
Peter, you're also.
Peter.
Peter, you're on mute still? We cannot hear you. This is the beauty of live.
Peter, please
I have to unmute myself.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
It's okay now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
My apologies. I didn't realize I had to do something. Ordinarily, we'd have just finished a lovely dinner with our colleagues and friends, and I would be wearing my tuxedo. But 2020 has changed the world as we knew it. Coronavirus has not only negatively impacted both universities and industry, but the human race. The good news is that what we do as operations researchers and analytics professionals is no longer the magic behind the curtain. The general public now knows about modeling, whether it be supply chains or virus spread. Laura Albert from the University of Wisconsin shared this cartoon on social media.
There is also a compilation highlighting Inform's members' work related to the pandemic that you can visit at informs.org COVID-19. In spite of all that is happening around the globe, today is a joyful day as we celebrate our colleagues who contributed to the explosive growth of our field by using our methods and tools to initiate and lead effective change in organizations, public and private, creating lasting benefits to their companies or society. While we applaud the winner, it is important to thank all our finalists for playing an important role in advancing our field. Indeed, all of the Edelman finalists are true winners. The organizations that we recognize today have demonstrated the very highest level of achievement through innovative methods, large-scale deployments, and a proven impact, whether that impact is measured in financial or societal terms.
Operations research and advanced analytics are moving forward, creating more value and making a real difference in our lives. The Edelman Award focuses on the magnitude of the impact of the work on a business or on society. Please join me with a warm round of applause for all the finalists. We also thank the Informs Practice section for their ongoing support and stewardship of the Edelman Award. The mission of the practice section is to advance the practice of operations research and analytics. The prize was established by the section in 1972, and the practice section has nurtured and grown the competition over the years. One thing that unites all today's finalists is an emphasis on the use of operations research and analytics in practice. We will celebrate theoretical and methodological advances in November during the annual meeting, but today is about real-world impact.
The Franz Edelman Award is the world's most prestigious recognition for operations research and analytics. Every year, top OR and analytics teams from all over the world gather to compete for the award. The award is named after Franz Edelman, one of the early practitioners of operations research. Franz joined the RCA Corporation as an engineer, and while working there in the 1950s, he established one of the first OR business groups in North America. He personally pledged some of the prize money for the very first team's practice competition, which later became the Edelman Award. Now, more than 70 years later, we celebrate and promote the impact and importance of OR and analytics in almost every aspect of the world around us.
The Franz Edelman Award is the world's most prestigious recognition for achievement in advanced analytics, operations research, and management science. Named for the man who established one of the earliest operations research groups in the United States at RCA, Franz Edelman is counted among the fathers of innovation in operations research. He dedicated his career to facilitating better decision-making. Today, his legacy, along with other pioneers in the field, inspire initiatives to help leaders get better results in every sector of management and operations. Every year, operations research and analytics professionals from around the world gather to compete for the Franz Edelman Award. and to celebrate the incredible development and contributions of those who have reached an unprecedented level of excellence. In fact, since the Franz Edelman Award was first presented in 1972, the competition's finalist teams have contributed more than $290 billion in benefits to businesses and the public. Edelman finalists embody the very essence of how operations research and analytics are saving lives, saving money, and solving.
Operations research and analytics have led to substantial advances in manufacturing, communication, finance, transportation, sports, and even in some cases, government and the public sector. Analytics innovations have created substantial improvements in healthcare, disaster readiness, keeping people safe in their smart cars, and improving the environment. We'll have the opportunity to hear briefly from each of the 5 finalists for the 2020 Franz Edelman Award. They will be presented in alphabetical order.
The first of the 2020 finalists is Carnival Corporation PLC for their work Joint Revenue and Inventory Optimization for multiple heterogeneous brands in the world's largest cruise company. As we welcome the team from Carnival Corporation, we ask that they put on their Edelman Laureate medals as I announce their names. Joshua Leibowitz, Deanna Austin, Corrado Sala, Melinda Irvan, Norman Wilken, Justin Beck, Christina Kalin, John Harvey, Peter Vermeulen, and Wei Zhe. From Revenue Analytics, Dax Cross, Dan Iliescu, Pratik Vital. Please join me in honoring this impressive team from Carnival. Accepting the Academy Trophy and summarizing their work is Corrado Sala, Senior Vice President of Group Strategy for Carnival Corporation.
Thank you, Peter. Hello, everyone. I'm Corrado Sala, Senior Vice President of Strategy for Carnival Corporation. Thank you to the Edelman Committee and Informs organization for pursuing this luscious competition in the difficult environment we face in 2020. And congratulations to all of the other finalists for their great work and impressive achievements. We at Carnival Corporation are the largest leisure travel company in the world, with over 250,000 guests on board our ships on a typical day and over $14 billion in ticket revenue in 2019. As a travel company, we're mostly known for creating unforgettable experiences for our guests. So we're really honored to be recognized today also for our efforts in advanced analytics and operations research. These efforts allowed us to build Yoda. Yoda is our state-of-the-art revenue management system and our advanced analytics masterpiece. We use Yoda to maximize yield, our measure of revenue per available cabin. The idea of Yoda was conceived over 6 years ago. Back then, our revenue management teams were digging through stacks of Excel printouts to look up recent bookings, historical bookings, exchange rate, and other possible price drivers. They needed a system to apply advanced science to all of this information to improve pricing decisions and optimize yield. 6 of our brands from all over the world decided to join forces to build Yoda, collaborating closely and globally like never before. These brands were Princess Cruise Line in California, Holland America Line and Seabourn in Seattle, P&O Australia in Sydney, and Cunard and P&O Cruises in the UK. Later, also our German brand AIDA adopted Yoda. Each brand identified key talents in operations research, IT, revenue management to work specifically on Yoda. Our strategy team in Italy and in Miami led the overall coordination. We also created an IT shared service team to work on the technical infrastructure. And of course, we selected revenue analytics as our partner, given their extensive experience and world-leading analytical capabilities. This diverse and global team of over 50 experts designed and built Yoda to capture all the unique complexities of the cruise industry. For instance, we had to cover booking horizons stretching over 2 years. We had to consider multiple constraints on number of cabins sold, on number of guests in each cabin, on number of total guests on board the ship. We also had to manage voyages that could be booked separately but shared inventory. In order to do this, we adopted a combination of traditional revenue management techniques in a novel way, and we also used new techniques like the joint optimization of price and inventory. With Yoda, not only we advanced our analytics, but we also improved our business and commercial processes. In our trial testing with A/B testing, we increased revenue yields by 1.5 to 2.5%. Our global leadership and board of directors extremely appreciated the huge financial impact. But even more, they recognized the ability of the Yoda team to complete the project on time and on budget, setting a new standard for global collaboration and large-scale development. As we now begin to sail again, Yoda and our investment in advanced analytics and operations research will stay at the forefront of our decision-making. Thank you again to the Edelman Committee, and thank you to the entire Yoda team and the hundreds of colleagues that use, test, and support Yoda every day. I'm incredibly proud of what we have accomplished all together. Thank you. Back to you, Peter.
Thank you, Corrado. The second finalist team is Deutsche Bahn. For their work on the right track, Deutsche Bahn schedules train rotations using hypergraph optimization. Please welcome our new Edelman laureates from Deutsche Bahn. Please put on your medal as I introduce you. Peter Schwartz, Michael Peterson, Thomas Esser, Kirsten Voss, Tobias Tarov, Philip Nagor, Audrius Hook, Thilo Shang, Hanno Shadov, Kai Mohagan, Patrick Frankenberger, Christoph Joborn, Carsten Kochenbecker, Michael Schultz, and Boris Krostetas. From LBW Optimization, Marcus Reuter and Stefan Weider. And from Zeus Institute Berlin and Fries Universität Berlin, Ralf Bondorfer. Please join me in honoring this impressive team from Deutsche Bahn. Accepting the Academy Trophy and summarizing their work is Michael Peterson, CEO of DB Long Distance Passenger Transport.
Thank you, Grace, and hello, everybody. It is really a great honor to be here today, and thank you, Informs, the judges, our coaches, and the IJ editors, and of course to all our colleagues at Deutsche Bahn, without whose support we would not be here today. And congratulations also to the other teams. We are very, very proud to be among you. In the last 12 months, Deutsche Bahn developed FEO, the first fully integrated train rotation optimization system. FEO routes all our rolling stock and simultaneously combines it into trains, taking care of all constraints that are essential to feasible, safe, and high-quality rail transport services. The key to FEO is a new, innovative, algorithmic hypergraph theory that our operations research team developed. The results revolutionized our operations, the handling of thousands of vehicles and tens of thousands of passengers. Deutsche Bahn and the German government are investing 156 billion euro to double rail transport in the 2030s. Pulses to economy and society. DB Analytics, Deutsche Bahn's operations research division, and its spectacularly successful FEO project will guide our way. Here's a short video that illustrates the manifold benefits of FEO.
The FEO system plays a key role in Deutsche Bahn's business decisions. Based on hypergraph optimization, FEO has positively impacted our business in many areas. In the optimization of train rotations, in the development of new transport services, in the procurement of locomotives, and in work processes. Above all, the work of rotation planners has fundamentally changed. A project team of creative scheduling experts, mathematicians, and IT developers worked closely together to successfully shape this process change. Using FEO, we are able to analyze scenarios for optimum train rotations in a few days instead of several weeks. The collaboration between people and machines enables scheduling experts to devise efficient and creative solutions. That helps us to identify optimization opportunities that we would have missed before. What exactly does that mean? Today, long-distance passenger transport operates 1 million kilometers more with the same fleet size. 3 tenders for regional transport were won because of FEO. In freight transport, optimized train rotations mean our 2,600 locomotives are used 5% more on average. In total, that amounts to 370 million euros more revenue over the next 5 years. But FEO also means happy people. Now that the right train arrives more often at the right time with the train sets in the right order, our passengers are happier. Now that we can respond to changing customer demands for freight transport much more quickly than before, our cargo customers are happier. Because operations are more effective, our employees in the trains are happier. Because fewer coupling operations ensure more safety, our employees on the tracks are happier. Because less manual scheduling is required, and they can now make better decisions more quickly, our scheduling experts and their managers are happier. And in addition, Deutsche Bahn is even more environmentally friendly. That makes everyone happy. Because thanks to better train scheduling, the algorithm reduces CO2 emissions by 34,000 tons per year. That's as much as 17,000 passengers produce by flying from New York to LA.
Thank you, Michael. You have seen these 2 teams wear their medals, each author of the paper that will be published in the 2021 January-February issue of the Informs Journal on Applied Analytics, formerly Interfaces, is now an Edelman laureate. This honor recognizes their significant contributions to work that was selected to represent the best global applications of analytical support for decision-making. Laureates are expected to serve as role models and exemplify that challenges can be met and innovative applications of analytics can help every organization. And speaking of Informs Journal on Applied Analytics, Let's take a moment to recognize and celebrate the publication's 50th anniversary. The journal is currently led by Editor-in-Chief Michael Gorman. Congratulations, Mike and IJAA on the 50th anniversary.
Our next finalist is IBM for their work, Predictive Analytics for Server Instant Reduction in a While. Please welcome the new Edelman laureates from IBM, Dorothy Wiseman, George Stark, Yasmina Bagoyeska, Amy Olsen, and Ivana Georgia. Please join me in honoring this impressive team from IBM. Accepting the Academy Trophy and summarizing their work is Amy Olsen, VP and IBM Fellow.
Thank you, Grace. So information technology, or IT, has become a major backbone of our society. However, IT supports critical business workloads can and will fail or break. IBM Services operates many hundreds of thousands of IT devices for our clients each day. And the main mission of an IT service provider like us is to leverage our skills and experiences to operate our clients' IT more efficiently while minimizing downtime. At its core, PASSER, or the Predictive Analytics for Server Incident Reduction Solution, leverages the deep expertise from resolving past failures to anticipate and prevent future ones. The richest input about past failures are error reports that contain the triggering observation, further investigation results, and often the steps taken to resolve the issue. We call these error reports tickets. In addition, we use monitoring data covering the utilization levels of the IT resources as well as their heartbeat. Finally, there's the information about the IT equipment itself, its intended use, and general configuration. Well, with the increasing ability to deal with massive amounts of data, IBM Research had the idea to mine this data to predict and essentially prevent failures of any kind. So IBM Research and IBM Services teamed up to develop and deploy a system that uses deep analytics and operations research methods to keep IT systems running and improve their operation. The resulting PASSER solution, developed at IBM, has been broadly deployed in more than 360 client IT environments since 2013. PASSER mines the tickets of an IT environment describing server outage and performance degradation issues and resolutions. Then the occurrence of these is correlated with server properties and utilization measurements to identify problematic servers. The technical innovations behind PASSER are in three core areas. The first is training an automatic ticket classification system on the IT ticket issues with minimum human labeling effort required, despite failures being rare. After the initial deployment phase, during which a large amount of labeled ticket was created, a domain embedding space was built from 3 million unlabeled tickets. Subsequently, a cross-client ticket classifier with 56,000 labeled tickets from 43 IT environments was trained that could be readily deployed in new environments with minimal adoption. The second of the technical innovations, is the development of prescriptive and early explainable models to ensure successful adoption of the PASSER results by the business. And the third is a method to learn from aggregate data from many IT environments. We've shown that the common practice in this industry to spend the yearly refresh budget blindly on replacing the oldest servers is hopelessly inadequate, and that through use of PASSER, much better results can be achieved, often with only a fraction of the traditional IT refresh budget. Our clients are delighted with our approach, and client satisfaction is almost double in many accounts where we applied PASSER. Many clients shared their business savings with us, quoting reductions in necessary IT refresh budgets, and spending that remainder on extending the use of IT to advantage the client's business instead. Often, significant savings were attained through increased productivity of the business overall. Prudent estimates show that for all 360 clients where PASSER was deployed by the end of 2019, we achieved cumulative savings at least $7 billion US dollars in total. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmy. Our next finalist to be inducted into the Edelman Academy is Intel. For their work, Intel realizes $25 billion by applying advanced analytics from production architecture design through supply chain planning. Please welcome the Intel Edelman laureates, Tony Romero, John Heine, Brian Lovren, Nicholas Mason, Irfan Ovachik, Evan Rash, Nadine Sarkar, Harry Travis, Zhenying Zhao, Carl Kemp, Kailani King, Charmaine Shirodkar. Please join me in honoring this impressive team from Intel. Accepting the Academy Trophy and summarizing their work is Carl Kemp, Senior Fellow and the Director of Decision Engineering.
Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the integrated circuits designed and produced by Intel Corporation have been a driving force in the information revolution for over 50 years. Desktop and laptop computers have contributed to large productivity gains in the office and in the factory. Modern supercomputers have revolutionized the scientific process by enabling research to move beyond the constraints of physical experimentation. Perhaps most importantly, servers and networking have transformed many activities of importance to the global society. This list includes telecommunications for individuals and businesses, banking and finance, commercial and recreational transportation, manufacturing and service industries, wholesale and retail businesses, medicine, education, and agriculture. Recently, Intel-driven computers have enabled the advent of cloud computing, big data, and the practical resurgence of artificial intelligence. Intel is one of the few companies in the semiconductor ecosystem that both designs and manufactures its products. As a result, at any point in time, Intel is delivering hundreds of different current products to its customer base through its large and complex supply chain, while simultaneously designing the next generation of products to meet its customers' needs. This gives Intel an important opportunity to integrate as a result at any designing, manufacturing, and supplying its products. However, over the last decade, exponential increases in the complexity of our manufacturing processes, our product architectures, supply chain planning, and our markets in general have dramatically reduced the effectiveness of our previous decision support tools to take advantage of this opportunity. In response to these exponential increases in complexity, Intel has used advanced analytics to develop an innovative capability that spans product architecture design through supply chain planning, with the dual goals of maximizing revenues and minimizing costs. Our approach integrates the generation and optimization of product design alternatives using genetic algorithms and device physics simulations, with large-scale supply chain planning using problem decomposition and mixed integer programming. This corporate-wide capability is fast and effective, enabling analysis of many more business scenarios in much less time than previous solutions, providing superior results, including faster response time to our customers. Implementation of this capability over the majority of Intel's product portfolio has increased revenue and reduced cost for a total of benefit of $25.4 billion since 2009. We've realized a number of organizational benefits as well. One is the enablement of personnel on the front lines of product design and supply chain planning to make faster, better, more integrated decisions. Another gives our senior management new insights and abilities to influence decisions impacting go-to-market strategies that they've never had before. Finally, our success has provided an existence proof of the power of applying advanced analytics to Intel business problems for other teams inside Intel, as well as teams across the advanced analytics community. We'll close by congratulating all the finalists on their achievement and thanking the committee for the opportunity to present our work. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Carl. We'll hear from our last finalist in a moment. I would like to first share a bit about the Academy. The Edelman Academy comprises of finalist organizations from the inception of the award in 1972. Those finalist teams helped their organizations save lives, improve safety, create new products and services, increase the effectiveness of operations of all kinds, not to mention collectively contributing billions of dollars to business bottom line. These Academy member organizations are truly global and serve a broad range of industries. The list of Academy members is impressive and a source of inspiration for all of us working in the field of operations research and analytics. You can see them on pages 50 to 55 in the awards ceremony book. The link to the book is in the Zoom chat. From ABB Electric to Zara, their impressive use of OR and analytics enabled them to overcome challenges and deliver significant benefits to companies and society.
Thank you, Grace. Our last finalist is Walmart for a multi-objective price optimization framework in stores using reinforcement learning. Please welcome the last of the class of 2020 Edelman laureates from Walmart. Prakhar Mehrotra, Yixin Chen, Nitin Kishore, Monica Shrivasta, Camilia Ahmadi. Please join me in honoring this impressive team from Walmart. Accepting the Academy Trophy and summarizing their work is Prakhar Mehrotra, Vice President of Machine Learning.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Informs, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to present our work. I want to take the moment to thank everybody inside Walmart for making it possible for us to get to this point, and also thank our mentors, Harrison and Ken, for their valuable support. This problem today that we presented in the Edelman Award deals with that of unsold inventory. It's something that no retailer wants. Unsold inventory arises because there are errors in procuring demand. So inventory optimization is one of the core merchandising operations for retailers. And as the world's largest retailer, Walmart strives to find optimal price point to accelerate the sale of this unsold inventory. Historically, this sale of unsold inventory has been implemented by a 3-step fixed price strategy across all our 4,700 stores and for all our hundreds of thousands of items that we carry. This fixed markdown strategy was time consuming and labor intensive. The labor cost and printing cost required to relabel the discounted merchandise thrice across all stores and product categories was substantial. In order to solve these problems and maximize sales revenue while reducing operating cost, Walmart created an intelligent dynamic markdown algorithms that accelerates sale of time-sensitive merchandise across all our stores and categories and minimizing labeling cost and cost to remove the unsold goods from the shelves. The core algorithm used to determine the repricing policy originates from mathematical optimization and deep reinforcement learning techniques. This approach applies data analytics, reinforcement learning, and dynamic optimization to make automated decisions, for example, when to initiate price reductions and what percentage price should be reduced for each individual product in every store. This results in high performance model and a price adjustment policy specific tailored for each store and each item. The machine learning-based solution was implemented across all our stores in early 2019 and has achieved an outstanding sell-through rate by selling up to 80% of the time-sensitive unsold inventory within just one price reduction. Walmart has practically doubled their just-in-time clean shelf metric with remarkable cost-saving performance. It has also increased efficiency of our 3,000 plus merchant and store associates who can now dedicate more time towards numerous other customer-oriented initiatives. As per Walmart core philosophy, core values and philosophy, like all operational savings that we generate from this innovative solution is passed along to customers in form of everyday low price. So customers always get the right product at right time at the lowest possible price.
Thank you, Praka. The Edelman competition has been a 13-month effort, beginning with a call for papers in August of 2019. The selection committee screened submitted entries to identify semifinalists who were researched in detail with verification of all their stated impact, a key component. In mid-December, the selection committee chose the finalists who we recognized this afternoon. Their papers will be published, edited, and ultimately published in the January 2021 issue of Inform's Journal on Applied Analytics. The official competition took place yesterday when the finalists presented their work to the judges. Each finalist team was assigned coaches to guide them through the competition. Coaches help their teams deliver papers and presentations of the highest possible quality.
A special thank you to our 2020 Edelman coaches. Coaching Carnival Corporation and PLC, Irv Lustig of Princeton Consultants, and Patricia Neary of Bayer. Coaching Deutsche Bahn, Sharon Arroyo of Boeing, and Layak Abdelmalek from the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Coaching IBM, Manoj Shari from Otis Elevator Company, and Sven Müller from the European University Viadrina. Coaching Intel, Jeff Alden, General Motors, and Aaron Bursiaga from ECS Technology. Coaching Walmart, Ken Fordyce from Archieva, and Harrison Schramm of Group W. Thanks to all of you.
To announce the recipient of the 2020 Franz Edelman Award.
Grace, I'm going to stop you. You shuffled your papers. You want to start about the impact. Have you ever wondered about the cumulative benefits derived from all of the Edelman finalists?
Oh, okay. Have you ever wondered about the cumulative benefits derived from all of the Edelman finalists? Thanks to Jeff Eldon, a technical fellow at General Motors, we have been tracking the value of those benefits for several years. His current estimate of benefits generated by Edelman finalists since the award's inception in 1972 is $302 billion. You can read about it in today's program book. While the total is impressive, Jeff is quick to point out that this is just the tip of the iceberg. It does not account for less easily quantifiable benefits, such as major life and health benefits to society, which are often considered the most important and long-lasting.
What is compassionate? What is imaginative? What is human? What are all of those things? Operations research and analytics. They offer limitless possibilities for us to tackle challenges, great and small, to innovate in ways that once upon a time were fiction and fantasy. But this is not the stuff of wild imaginations or distant, far-off ideas. They're proven scientific and mathematical processes, studying and analyzing complex systems, turning data into information, transforming information into insights, yielding new ideas and inspiring actions that save lives, save money, and solve problems. Operations research and analytics fuel our passion to explore, to forge new solutions to timeless puzzles. Propel us toward a finish line we'll never see, and spark our determination to give our children a better world and a brighter future. What is compassionate? What is imaginative? What is resoundingly human? Operations Research and Analytics.
Now I want to give a special thanks and recognition to this year's Edelman judges. Pooja Diwan, Otis Elevator Company, and Chair of the Award Committee. Carrie Beam, University of Arkansas. Sudeep Bhattacharjee, University of Connecticut. Ann Bixby, Aspen Technology. Gul Egger, SAS. Michael Gorman, University of Dayton. Shailendra Jain, Hewlett Packard, retired. Olga Raskina, Bristol Myers Squibb. Rajesh Tyagi, General Electric. Thanks from all of us for your hard work, your objectivity, and especially for your willingness to make the difficult decision to select just one among this group of outstanding finalists or winners for special recognition as the first place winner. We particularly thank Pooja Diwan for her leadership and many hours preparing for the competition.
To announce the recipient of the 2020 Franz Edelman Award, it is now my great pleasure to introduce the president of Informs, Pinar Keskinokak, and join us with the name of the first place team is Pooja Diwan, chair of the Edelman Prize Committee.
Thank you, Grace. And wow, it is truly a privilege to be here today as we celebrate the outstanding accomplishments of all the Edelman finalists. And now, the moment of truth. Pooja, may I have the judge's decision, please?
On its way.
Okay, I'm checking my cell phone and let me see if you all can see the decision here.
Wow.
Please welcome Intel, the first place for the 2020 Franz Edelman Award for Outstanding Achievement in Operations Research. So the team representing Intel.
Gestern war die Vorstellung und heute die Preisverleihung.
Congratulations. And to accept the award and say a few words on behalf of Intel, please welcome Carl Kemp, Senior Fellow and the Director of Decision Engineering.
Will you call and add the stuff?
You can do it online.
Do it online?
Yeah.
Can you also remove this thing? The HBO, the Showtime that we have, we don't use it.
Well, thank you very much. What a tremendous honor for Intel Corporation. We've traversed a long and winding path to get here. Craig Barrett started the advanced analytics effort at Intel in August of 1987 when he was in charge of manufacturing. He later became CEO, and I can assure you that being the favored project of the CEO was very beneficial to us in the early days of our work. But even more beneficial over the years since Craig has retired has been the delivery of benefits of applying advanced analytics to a variety of important problems across the corporation. After 20 years, we thought we had a rather impressive portfolio of success stories, and that was in fact ratified in 2009 when we were awarded the Informs Prize. That was about the time that we started on the project that is the focus of our 2020 Edelman Award work, our integrated product architecture design and supply chain planning system. We started with an attack on what we saw as one of the most important mathematical problems for realizing our vision of the system. Success on that problem not only propelled us forward, but also was awarded the Wagner Prize in 2011. 10 years later, our design and scheduling system based on advanced analytics and operations research has been recognized by our CFO for contributing over $25 billion to Intel so far. I say so far since the design and scheduling system is product independent and will continue to bring benefits into the future. In fact, we already have prototypes of 2 additional components to extend the system. The Edelman Award will obviously occupy a central position in our trophy case between our Informs Prize Trophy and our Wagner Prize Trophy, what we think of as the practice grand slam. Thank you so much to the judges for giving us the opportunity to showcase our work. Special thanks to our coaches, Jeff and Aaron, whose help contributed tremendously to our success. So you guys now have the bragging rights, at least until the next Edelman round. Finally, our congratulations to all the finalists. I've always been impressed with the very best feature of the Edelman process in that there are no losers. Everybody wins. The committee picks first place, but it's very, very clearly first among equals. Intel Corporation thanks you all very much. Thank you.
Please join me to honor our first place winner in appreciation of every finalist's outstanding work and in celebration of all the past achievements and future promise that this great competition represents. Ladies and gentlemen, the Franz Edelman Award first place winner, Intel Corporation.
All right.
I hope you enjoyed the celebration. Before we move forward, I think we should give a shout out to Mary Luzinski and her team at Informs for all the work that they've put into putting this thing together. Thank you, Mary. We're now going to move on to the networking portion of this event.
Congratulations, Carl. We would like to turn this portion back over to Elena. We hope that you continue on the Zoom to join us in some structured networking.
Finished listening to what I needed to listen to.
So thank you, Grace. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everyone. We're probably not going, well, actually, we won't get to networking. We only have 5 minutes left. So I do have some closing thoughts for you. First of all, I want to appreciate everybody who's dialed in. I know Grace dialed in before 3 a.m. I know some folks, it's after 11 p.m. Their time. So thank you for joining us today, everybody. All of the finalists are winners. Thank you for participating. And of course, congratulations again to Intel. This is my first Edelman competition. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm so impressed with the work that you've all done. And I just love being part of Informs. So thank you all for joining us today. And it was nice to meet some of you on the screen. And I look forward to seeing many of you at the upcoming 2020 Virtual Informs annual meeting that's happening in just a few weeks. And also, if you have a great operations research or analytic project that you want to share, remember the 2021 Edelman submissions are open through October 21st. Just visit our website, informs.org/2021 So thank you, and we hope to congratulate you on your success next year. Have a great rest of the day.